are one of us. Your passion is the world of mountain biking, from enduro to gravel races and everything in between. This is InsiderMTB, the podcast that takes you behind the handlebars, into the dirt, and behind the scenes of the mountain biking world. And now your host, Austin White.
Welcome. This is the InsiderMTB podcast. I'm Austin White. I'm joined here with my co-host, Jamesy, and my other co-host, Spencer Rathkamp.
What is
Jamesy.
up? Dude, that's perfect celebration for the first episode. Let's go.
I'm not even sure how that happened, as usual.
As you will see through this whole podcast, Jamesy has no control over his camera, and for some reason, objects fly across the screen that are animated and non-animated. We are just trying to piece our lives together here on a podcast. So yes, let's get into it a little bit. You guys want to talk about why we're doing this podcast first, or should we talk about a little bit about who each other and what we do a little bit before?
Maybe the idea of what we're trying to do with this podcast and associated with that, why we're doing it.
Yeah,
Totally.
What's up, Austin?
This
Why'd
is
you hit us
Austin's
up?
baby.
Yeah, I know. I got drug into doing a podcast. No, I drug you guys into doing a podcast with me. Yeah. So basically, I felt like there was a little part missing from cycling, mountain biking, where the traditional podcast that we see now is basically just reviewing equipment and parts or small little things. And I kind of felt that there needed to be a little bit of that chatting about races and chatting about a little bit more about the inside of the industry and riders, and getting a little bit more deeper into stuff where it wasn't, we were worried about having a sponsor and reviewing something, more about getting these great stories or great stuff. Like my example is if this podcast was around when Aaron Gwynn raced and there was no chain and he won that race, I think it'd be awesome to talk about that, because that's what everyone talked about the next day on their mountain bike rides with their friends. Like, how did he do that? How did he set a faster time? I can't even do that if it was a dirt bike down that trail. And maybe talking about some of that type of stuff. But I felt I'm not anyone special or professional in this. That's why I added you guys, the professionals, to be a part of
brakes
this.
on that one. Yeah. On that note, let's get into who Spencer is. Spencer, can you give us a little rundown of who you are?
Who's the professional?
So it's
No,
not me.
honestly though, I'm with you. Austin, you hit me up about this, and I said absolutely. Like, why not? I'm here for it. I'm here for the ride. I'm down to talk about all this bullshit that we have going on, whether that's in our personal lives or the industry, obviously. Having worked at a few brands and have worked for a bunch of brands and been a rider for them, I would love to share a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of dirt that we get here and there, uncover some truths. I also am fired up about talking about maybe some video pieces or creative campaigns that come through that you're seeing from brands when a new rider's announced or some rider pumps out some sick edit. Let's break it down. Let's see why they're shooting this, what the concept is, where they're going, kind of so on and so forth. That's what I do. That's what I like to do. And I do it on my own. I watch videos and I'm like, all right, this is cool. I like the storytelling here. That was a sick shot. This rider's insane. So why not talk about it? Let's have a conversation. And yeah, I don't know, just have some fun, talk some shit, hang with the boys, and get some cool people on here that want to do the same. And enjoy riding bikes, man.
Yeah, and just so everyone knows, Spencer is the fastest out of all of us.
It's not saying much though.
Oh wow, thanks.
But that's true.
Yeah, I
It's
can't
not
even.
saying
I
much.
mean, like, I'll be riding my e-bike and Spencer will be on an analog, and I'll be huffing and puffing and be like, "Hey, keeping the conversation going. Come on, go a little bit faster."
Yeah, that's how we practice having these podcasts.
So yeah, and then we brought in Jamesy over here, which he is the best accent photographer I feel like the United States has seen, and the world at moments.
Let's go.
Wow. No,
Yeah, that
sounds
accent's great.
Yeah. Oh, the accent. Oh, for sure.
And the photos
Yeah,
are great as well.
I thought you were talking about my photos. I was like, man, there's a lot of really good photographers out there for sure. Yeah, I got hit up by Austin, and I'm fairly sure that I might be. Was I lagging there?
No, you're
Just
good.
run
Oh,
with it,
sick.
bro.
All right, sick. Yeah, so I got hit up by Austin for this, and I think the only the reason is he's like Austin and I have worked together a number of times on a number of different events, all that kind of stuff. Austin filming, me shooting, and I just get loose out there, and I think that was his intention with me being in here. Every before we record a podcast, he sends me beer to my front door through Amazon. So thank you for that, Austin. But also, he just wants me to get drunk and say loose stuff, and well, I don't know. We'll see. I think that having both Austin and I on this kind from our point of view, it just throws something a little bit different in there, you know. And then Spencer can correct us and say that's just because you're media dudes doesn't mean you know shit, you know. So I think we've got a good group of us to kind of like, discuss a lot of the stuff that's really going on and just everything that goes behind it as well. And I know that between the three of us, we're super fortunate to know a great deal of the folk in the mountain bike world that we're going to be able to reach out to and have on this podcast. And I know that my brain's been, the cogs have been turning a shit ton trying to figure out or thinking about who all we could get and getting super excited. So I'm glad that I got invited to this little shit show until I get kicked off of it.
It might not be long, but I heard that we just needed some token accent here on the podcast because that seems to be what every other broadcasting company does. So I don't know, but who the hell are you, Austin White? What's your background? Let's get into that.
Just a washed up pro motocrosser that couldn't make it and turned to filming.
Were you really? Were you a pro motocross dude?
Yeah, I
No shit.
That
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
make it.
I didn't make it, so that's probably why you don't know. Yeah, keyword.
Sorry,
I can
let's keep going.
as long as I can beat Spencer on a dirt bike, that's all that matters to me.
Another thing that's not hard to do.
I mean, he won, what was it, the 30 plus, 25 plus vet
That's
class,
right.
recently, and got a trophy.
That's right, dude. My laptop's actually sitting on it.
I was going to ask to see it, but let's not do that.
Yeah.
Well,
next time.
Yeah. So besides that, moto, and then got into film, and then from there, just kind of been fortunate to be a part of some pretty cool stuff, and then stretched it to a broadcast. And yeah, I guess that's where I was like, look, man, we talk a bunch of cool shit all the time and see a bunch of cool shit, and everyone's always asking about it. So why not just do a podcast about it and have some good friends, which you guys, I would like to put you in the category of good friends sometimes. And I was like, dude, let's do this shit.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, Austin. You said you get to do a lot of cool stuff in the broadcasting thing, and we can get into the broadcasting thing in a wee bit. But off the top of your head, what do you think the coolest project, just anything for you filming? What's the coolest thing you filmed? Mountain bike or outside of it?
I don't know. That's tough because I always have a lot of stuff that has been really rad, but there's also been stuff where it's like you've gone to cool places, but it wasn't as rad, if that makes sense, right? So it's like, maybe is it what do they say? Like it's more about the adventure to get to the destination than it is the destination sometimes. So
yeah, if you look at Instagram, sure, why not?
Yeah, right. No, I've had some pretty cool projects and done some really fortunate stuff with some really cool riders and athletes, and I don't know if I can just pinpoint one. It's hard.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like a slap in the face to some if you say one's better than the other. I think as a whole, I've had a great adventure.
Yeah, no, I like that approach because I feel like probably Spencer, for you, some of your best memories from whether it's a photo shoot, a race, whatever it is, it's kind of more of the experience there. It may not be, I got first place. It may be like, oh yeah, I shit the bed and I DNF'd, but that weekend was dope because, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, 100%. Like, honestly, yeah, dude. I mean, like we were saying, we're all super fortunate, and we've all done some pretty cool stuff in our little careers or whatever you want to call them. But yeah, for example, to go off of that, like some of my fondest memories of riding and stuff come from places where I wasn't even racing or I wasn't even going like with any intention of like linking up with certain people or individuals. Just like, I mean, if any of you out there like travel, I'm sure you might bump into some crazy person that you hit it off with in a coffee shop in like the middle of nowhere. And like, I've had so many sick experiences, and I'm so fortunate to have had these experiences with like random people in the middle of nowhere in the most random places. And to me, like, that's what travel is all about. Like, I love travel, as I'm sure I'll talk about tons throughout our episodes here, but like being able to do that with bikes, something that we all love, that same passion, like it's a language that you can speak, like no matter what verbal language is spoken in whatever country you're in or wherever. Like, the stoke's real, man. But
Yeah.
how about you, James? Like, what's up with you, man? Talk to us.
I mean,
what are you?
your adventure
This is
for the why are you in the US? Like what
yeah.
I mean, come on. Yep, and he just lagged out.
Dang, man,
lagged
right
out
on.
I
Good.
love it.
Dude,
I love it.
I promise you
Comcast is
that-
on the way.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
Yeah, no, we're pro. Comcast's coming tomorrow. It's a real thing. All right, sorry, you guys did lag out. So the last I heard was, "What about
we
you,
lagged out.
James?"
Yeah, no, Jamesy, why are you in America? What is the deal here? Like, explain it.
Oh
Like,
man, yeah. Why I'm in America is quite simply put for Kelly Kapowski from Saved by the Bell. I don't know, like some of
Good
our
reference.
listeners will be the right age to get that, but when I was a grum growing up, every Saturday morning watching Saved by the Bell on Channel 4, sat cross-legged, eating my Cheerios,
Wow, dude.
watching Kelly
Oh, that's
Kapowski
Wi-Fi.
just
It's killing it.
cheerlead.
Man.
Oh, this
Just bringing
well,
us
it's kind of
together
funny
here.
because the Wi-Fi might kick out and we can't see it, but it still records what he's saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, that's the best part.
Oh,
Yeah.
does it? Okay.
Oh, it
sick.
does. Yeah, that's what I checked on the other podcast. I was like, when it cut off and you were gone, it recorded everything of you sitting there, kind of.
God, that's kind of strange. Anyway, I'll digress. But yeah, long story short, it was Saved by the Bell. I grew up riding bikes in England, and then got the opportunity to come over to America when I was 17, and I've been here pretty much ever since. And about, I don't know when I picked up a camera, maybe 10 years ago or something, but then I just kept seeing all these photographers and stuff, and there was just something I thought was so cool about it, shooting mountain biking, and I was always into bikes and rode a lot of bikes, and just kind of put the two together, and it's kind of working out pretty good so far. I get to travel, I get to meet incredible people. I mean, like, come on, most of the people in our community, going back to what Spencer's saying, like with regards to the bike, just it transcends language barriers, you know? And so fortunately with a camera in my hand and getting to shoot some incredible athletes and tell some incredible stories over the years, then I've just had this amazing opportunity to be able to bury myself in a community and at a level that I could have only dreamed of as a kid. Yeah, growing up riding bikes, got posters of Steve Pete, Rob Warner, even had a Cal Straight poster on my wall one time. And now I get to call him a friend, which is just mind-boggling to me. And that's, I think, I'm just a kid. I'm just a kid in paradise, and I get to take photos and document it. It's dope. So anyway, yeah. I don't know if that was what you were asking.
No,
but
that was good. Seriously, but that kind of, I think, can segment way into the cycling. And what's made me more excited to do a podcast in cycling is Spencer can probably testify to this. Is we jump a lot of other industries, and I feel like cycling has just this great attitude. I don't know how to explain it, but it's pretty rad if you've gone to like a Crankworx Whistler, and the fact that you're riding the lift with some of the top athletes while they're also going and winning, and maybe you're getting a beer with them afterwards. Like, that's pretty rare in most top sports to be doing something like that on the weekend. I don't really know any other basketball. You're not going to be doing that. Football, even motocross, it's pretty rare to find something like that. Maybe NASCAR. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I've never thought about it like that. Yeah, I just feel like it's always one of those things of anytime I get around any of these people that I looked up to for so many years and watched all the New World Disorders and everything, watching these guys ride, and now I get to sit next to them. All I think about is Jeeps and grandmas. I'm like, don't try and cool guy. Don't fanboy. I did fanboy on Martin Ashton one time in Whistler, but I told him ahead of time. But outside of that, yeah, it's just incredible to be able to like hang with these kids and everything like that, you know? And yeah, you're right. I don't know another industry outside of cycling or maybe skating, you know, that is like this.
Yeah,
totally.
I think honestly, it comes down to the fact that like typically for most people that aren't involved in any sport close to cycling in general, like riding bikes is a pretty like childish thing in it at a rudimentary, very fundamental standpoint. Like you learn to ride a 2-wheel bike as a kid, and I don't know about you, but when I'm like talking to people and they have no idea what I do or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, I ride bicycles for a living, and they're like, what? Like you can do that? Like bicycles? Come on, I haven't ridden a bike since I was like 10, and I think that like that childish nature slightly sticks with us all, just to a little bit of an extent, and we carry that through, and that's why like on the playground or something, like in elementary school, like you're just hanging around your peers. There's no, sure, there might be a cooler kid than another, but at the same time, like you're just all playing, and that's what we're doing. We're playing in the dirt, building trails, shooting
Jamesie's
photos.
definitely playing for sure.
I'm playing, baby. Me too. Absolutely. That's what I do.
Yeah,
With cameras, with whatever. Like we're just kicking around.
So wait,
Yeah.
Jamesy, when you came here at 17, were you already into photos or not into photos?
No, I think I always kind of had it in the back of my mind. I thought it was cool, but I got told when I was like about 11 or 12 that I don't have a creative bone in my body. And so at that age, you're just like, oh, I guess I got to take geography and history then. And yeah, so from then on, I was like, oh, I'm not creative. I'm not artsy or anything like that. So I just always admired photographers and whatnot. And a number of my family members enjoyed photography as a hobby. And I just wanted to ride bikes. So no, at 17, I just cared about riding bikes. I moved to Texas, which is flat AF, especially North Houston area. Worked on a farm down there, and then but I had a Kona Stab, and I flew over with it and stuff, and there was nothing to ride but urban. Like I think it was maybe like 4 weeks in, I snapped one of the chainstays because I was just trying to do side hops or something. Yeah, it was side hops up and down stairs because that's all I had to ride down there. But yeah, no thought of photography. That came much later in life, and I was fortunate enough somebody, my mom,
Yeah, I love it. All right, so Spencer, explain to me.
No.
Oh,
continue.
No. You lagged out and then you came back in the middle of my mom bought me something.
Oh, we're fucked.
No, keep going.
No, that was about it. My mom once, my mom bought me a camera when I was probably like 29 or something, 30, just a cheap Canon thing. And then I just thought it was, again, cool to do. And I was like, oh man, I can have tattoos and long hair and take pictures and be broke as fuck. I'm in.
And I don't think Spencer has seen it, but maybe we talk about this, your van and the situation that happened with that, which it looks like
so I feel like if we were any kind of professional podcast, you're going to put this up after.
Oh, yeah.
But I just want to throw this up real quick.
Yeah, I mean, if you have it, why don't you just put the video?
Well, I don't understand. What? No, we don't do that. I've got it on my phone. I can just hold my phone up to this camera. Why don't we just? Yeah.
We can't see, dude. Your Wi-Fi sucks.
Look at little Joey. I don't know. Oh, hang on. Oh, I love little Joey. Sorry. Anyway, that dude is dope. He's over at Fazari now as like their marketing manager or something. Killing it, I'm sure. Shout out to little Joey. Sorry, I'm just trying to kill time where I realize I have no idea where this picture is.
I'm trying to find it. Is it on your Instagram posted?
I don't know. No. I think I did some. I don't know what I did. Forget Instagram, kids. I hate it. All right. So anyway,
you're officially banned from Instagram now, right?
I'm not officially banned. I just can't get into my account, and it doesn't recognize me when I do a video selfie that it tells me to do, and I've done it like 30 times, and I'm just over it. And also, it's kind of nice. All right, I know this is a tangent, but it's kind of nice when you pick up your phone and you don't immediately open LinkedIn or not LinkedIn, I'm sorry, Instagram or whatever. It's kind of nice to not like be all like stressing about what you're missing out on. However, okay, so beginning of the summer, I'm out, whatever, partying, come over to my office the next morning, and as I'm coming up, I'm like, oh shit, my van's not there. All right, long story short, van got stolen.
What kind of van was it?
Oh, it's like a Ford Transit 250.
I found the video.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Can we play the video?
You can.
Can you guys see that?
So it got lost, and then I got a notification. And
oh my god! No way!
Yeah, dude. and she survived it apparently.
The person that stole it.
Yeah. And so,
Holy.
yeah. So I just show up. And then 3 weeks go by. I didn't hear anything about this van. And then I'm in Costa Rica shooting a project with Carolyn for Cannondale and Evoc. And I get a notification through text or whatever that my van has been at a scrapyard for like 3 weeks. And yeah, I got a thumbs up for that one. And then so it's been there for like 3 weeks. And I get back in the country. And by this time, I'd already written it off mentally. Like I was just like, man, I kind of do hope that this thing's totaled one way or another. Come around the corner and that's what I get to see. And I was just like, oh, holy shit. Yeah. And like I said, the police report apparently said this young lady is,
Alive?
she's alive. Yeah. Something about she got taken to hospital with some leg thing. So if that's a shout out for Ford's safety, I mean, I feel like
the engine block is smashed through the firewall over here.
Dude, and then like you can't really see from this video or whatever, but like there's all these planks. I just realized this is like really bad podcast if you're just listening to this because we're showing videos. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But all the planks inside the ceiling and everything were all just like super gnarly, twisted, snapped, splinters, all these wood splinters everywhere. Dude, I don't know.
Unreal.
But
I mean, that's pretty insane.
But yeah, that's my van.
With your name on the back still. She left it on.
Oh yeah, with my name on the back.
Insane.
For sure.
Could we get her on the podcast?
Well, here's what's messed up, and to each your own on your opinions of life and stuff, but because I filed it through both like automotive and then I had to do my business insurance because of some like whatever, like separations, I don't understand it. But anyway, the point is that I had to get another police report like 3 or 4 weeks after like it originally had been stolen. And then they gave me all these details of this person that stole it. Her like so you know where she lives and everything? Her address. Yeah, thank you. That's what I was trying to think of, address.
So wait, are you dating her now or something?
No, dude. I was like, in my mind, I'm like,
she's like, your van saved my life.
She sounds cute.
I mean, she did. Her name, which I'm obviously not going to say on this, but her name. She sounds like a wonderful young lady. Maybe just made some wrong decisions in life. I don't know. Maybe.
Which was the decision that was wrong, when she hit the tree with your van or when she stole your van?
Dude, I mean, maybe this was something that happened to her and now she's like on the straight and narrow. You never know.
She's like, not after that and lived. I don't know what else can help.
Oh yeah, she better be counting her blessings. But yeah, so anyway, that's the story of James's van, and that happened in April at the beginning of my summer season to go travel around. And having a van means you can sleep in your van, right? And work out your van and all of those things. Travel, you can get from A to B, you know? So that was April that happened. I was like, well, let's see how this season plays out. And it was actually like one of the dopest.
For those of you who are watching, this van is, or just who are not watching and just listening, this van is absolutely destroyed. Like you wouldn't even recognize it. There's a video that James has on his Instagram.
Someone lived anywhere in part of that van through that crash is unreal.
It looks fine from the back, and then he pans over to the cab, and it doesn't even look like a van.
The only thing he could salvage is maybe 2 taillights and 2 rear doors, maybe.
Yeah.
And I don't even. The back wheels were flat too as well.
I think so. But
Dude,
I mean,
either way, I mean, yeah, it is what it is, and it's not the end of the world. So I felt like
at least you weren't in the van when that happened.
I wasn't
right?
sleeping in the van, so stoked on that one. And then also just like, man, there was worse things going on in the world. You know, it all worked out real good for me in one way capacity or another. So, but anyway, yeah. So that was that.
Yeah, and then I have this other video of Jamesy where he is directing traffic on the trail. As you can see here,
James is a man of many talents.
Yeah,
many talents.
It's pretty. It's.
God, I felt like such a dick after that one too. I was just because I know I'm a smart ass, and then probably had a couple beers or whatever. I was hanging out, having a good time with everybody.
I mean, to be fair, though, a lot of people were going left there.
They were, and
you did help him
to
achieve.
But in such a condescending and dickish way, pointing, no, you're going the wrong way, mate. Like, what a dick. But
I mean, that's part of heckling. You're good. You're good.
That's totally. As in that section, that is part of that for sure. And that section,
it's a dicey section for sure.
Oh my gosh,
that was Ironton, Missouri, right?
No, that was Nebo. Stage 8.
Nebo. I'm sorry, I get that. Yeah. You're right.
You guys,
sorry. Anyway, continue, Spencer.
No, I was
Yeah.
just saying. I was just trying to give the listeners a bit of a description of this video. Some guy's coming down a trail. There's a
For
tree,
sure.
and the guy goes left, goes through the tape, and James is standing just on the other side of the tape, pointing. I
That's
don't
it.
know
Yeah.
exactly what he said, but it's telling the guy he's going the wrong way, basically. So
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
James
you
is
hit
a
it.
man of
That
many
was it.
talents, to say the least. He
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
I'm him.
you do traffic directing. You're a photographer. You're a someone who
With
is
a voice like this, I
very
should be doing
forgiving.
voiceovers.
Honestly,
You should,
aren't
seriously.
you already?
Well,
He's dating a girl that
That's what-
crashed his
Look
van.
Look for him on Fiverr later.
That's actually how I met
That's
him. I hired him.
Yeah,
on Fiverr.
on Fiverr, real quick, to voice over our podcast intro.
all right,
There-
Spencer, give us a rundown on like where are you with your riding right now? What are you looking at doing? Where like, give us just a little brief history of it, but like, what's your direction right
Man,
now?
my life is crazy. Like the whole how everything happened, how I got into bikes is such a like kind of weird coincidence. Just real quick, I guess I was
No,
at
tell
some
us.
local bicycle jumps that I spent all of my summer and winter vacations like building here in Santa Clarita, California. And I was just into like I played soccer and I rode dirt jumps and I grew up riding and racing dirt bikes a bit, but I kind of was my dad told me I'm done racing because I got hurt and had some concussion issues, yada yada yada. So I was at these dirt jumps, and a photographer by the name of John Carr, who works at Mountain Bike Action magazine, came down and asked me to do a photo shoot for the magazine, and I was like, sure. I was 16, maybe 17 at the time, and they asked me to ride a dirt jumper. I'm like, screw it. Rode this waiver over to my dad's office, had him sign it, and then I started
Dad,
like
I
interning.
need to do this.
I gotta be in a magazine, bro. This is sick. Like it was sick, dude. Honestly, I was so proud of
Seriously,
it. I think I have the magazine right
I
behind
think
me.
all of us would have done the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like sick, pumped, kid being in a magazine, whatever. Mountain bike action, never heard of it. Never heard of really mountain biking other than the 3 Rampage clips I've seen. Fast forward, the guys at Mountain Bike Action were like, "Hey, you should try riding mountain bikes. Like you'd be pretty good at it. There's a high school league starting up in Southern California, yada yada yada." I'm like, all right, cool. I'll go to the first one. And dude, I showed up and everyone was in spandex, and I was like, I like Google mountain biking. I'm like,
Well, what did you have on?
dude? I don't.
Just
I
like some
Googled
gym
mountain
shorts or
biking and
something, or what
I
did you-
see 100%. Like literally, I Googled mountain biking and I see Rampage, dude. Like straight up, and I show up to the first practice on this hardtail that Mountain Bike Action lent me, was so kind to lend me. And dude, everyone's in lycra, these weird things that they're calling bibs, dude. And I was in gym shorts and a t-shirt and
Flat
like
pedals or what?
flat pedals, bucket helmet,
Vans?
like dude, full kook mode.
Ugh.
I was a kook, and I was thinking everyone else was a kook. Like that was the culture shock that I had.
But I'm really want to know what position. How'd you end up? Did you beat some of the Liker guys? Like what?
Yeah, 100%, dude. Like
You won.
I got third in my first Cat 3 race, like just some XC race. Like,
Dude, if
I
I
don't know.
literally went
It
to that
wasn't-
race and then I got beat by some dude in gym shorts, flat pedals, and
that was me.
I was in Lycra on an S Works, I would have been like
I mean, I don't know that kids were racing
really.
S-Works
regretting.
bikes. Like I was like 15 to 18 Cat 3 or whatever, and
I
then
mean,
my
it
next
is
race,
Southern California.
and then I went straight to Cat 1, and dude, my whole world for like 4 or 5 years was XC and road. Like that was what I grew up in, or what I not grew up in, but that's what I like, how I found mountain biking. And then
And
I
maybe
was
tell
like,
some people like you did Leadville. You've done some of the most
Yeah.
proper races there is for cycling.
yeah, I mean, I was glorified pack filler at all these XC races, and what I was when I was racing enduro stuff too. But like, yeah,
Stop.
I filled the pack at Leadville at all the local U.S. Cups. Like, I could do fine in like a local pro race, if not win local pro stuff. But I was never like, I couldn't climb with the Blevinses and the Keegan Swensons and all those guys. Like, I raced with them. Whether or not you want to call it racing with them, I was on the course at the same time with them. And then I had this pro roadie friend of mine named Cameron Worf that is a Australian super talent, raced for Sky, whatever that team's called now, Ineos, then Cannondale. Now I think he's back on Ineos or vice versa, whatever. He's on Ineos now, and set the world record. Anyway, super talented guy, pro roadie. He's like telling me in his accent or whatever, like that I'm an idiot. Why am I wasting all my time training to climb? You should try to race enduro because I can go faster than all these guys downhill. In the first place. So, anyways, yeah, I'm getting a little long-winded here, but I started racing enduro. My first race was national championships, and I won in the Cat 1 19 to 24
Really?
class. Yeah, first ever enduro. And then
It's, once again, just Spencer crushing some poor kid's dream.
yeah, but it was Cat 1. Yeah, whatever. Anyways,
Did you show up in
thanks,
Lycra?
Thanks to
or-
Jose Gonzalez. No, I wore a full face. I got the full face like the day before. Shout out 100%. Literally overnighted me a
No
full
way.
face. Yeah, swear. Ian Runyon sent
Was it
me
last
that.
minute, just like me asking you to be on this podcast? You're like, I think I'm gonna race enduro.
Dude, everything I do in my life is last minute. But yeah, so anyways, then I raced TDS enduro. I raced some local US whatever SoCal enduro races.
And is that
then
about the time like me and you became more? We met, right? Like I know
Yeah.
we met when we were probably 10 or 12. I think it was
Yeah.
like remember when they had the Anaheim Amateur Supercross? I think you were probably with
No.
like Lance Corey there, or no?
No.
No? Did you not do any of those
No.
amateur Supercrosses at Anaheim back in the day?
I knew Lance. Lance is a couple years older than me, but no, I never did any amateur. I stopped riding dirt bikes when I was on 80s. I never got on big bikes, basically.
Gosh, for some reason I thought maybe that was about the time that I met your dad. But our James
dads.
and then everyone else listening is our dads known each other. I
Forever.
don't know, forever. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
long
probably
time.
what 50 years now at least. I don't even know.
Probably they're getting
And-
pretty old.
I know they are.
And then
Yeah.
I'm basically the little brother that Austin never asked for. Like I'm the pain in
But
his
never
ass
even knew
and-
he existed really until later in life.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I've shot a few mountain bike videos, but I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And I was like, I need to shoot like real mountain bike videos. And I met Spencer, hit Spencer up. I don't even know how it crossed, but Spencer was just like, Spencer, by everyone, if you ever hit Spencer up with anything, you're like, hey, dude, I want to do this crazy shit. And he's like, yeah, let's do it. Like, doesn't even have a reserve or anything about it. It's like, yeah, let's do it. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Everything. He's always the yes guy on
That's
going
the way
for
it's
it.
got to be, though. You just always
It's
got to
fu-
like just because if you think about things, you're just gonna
Oh.
overthink it, and then you just go back on yourself.
Oh, next thing you know, we're doing this crazy for me. I think it's
Oh, the climb.
what was it?
Dude
Oh
with
yeah, the
Jacob?
climb. The climb. Yes.
Bro.
I wish we had the behind the scenes of the first video we went to shoot, but it was like I got all these dudes that I knew that filmed to help me, and we went to go film this project, and it was just murder. I mean, none of them rode e-bikes, nothing. Batteries ran out on these climbs. Spencer's just climbing with our tripods. Some of them were like having a heart attack off the side of the trail. It was no easy feat. He decided to take
What was
us
the
on.
idea behind this? Why
There
are
was-
you filming
okay.
a climb for e-bikes?
No,
No,
the
we
whole
weren't- we
idea
weren't-
was- Go ahead. Yeah,
We weren't filming this climb
it was us just
But-
trying to get to the trail.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
because-
understood.
because the idea was
Yeah.
to film this trail that had recently burnt. Like a fire went through it in like I don't know 2016 or 2018, something like that.
And then we ended
Maybe
up
maybe
make-
longer
I mean,
than that.
We made a
and-
pretty good video, but we pissed a lot of people off on that video.
Was
Yeah,
it like
the-
sunrise or sunset, so you see all the dust coming up, and then just
Well,
super
we did a-
beautiful?
It was
it's
good.
it's pretty sick, honestly. For
I
our
can
first, for our
find the
first
video. Do
deal.
you want me to try to find the video and put it up in here?
Put it in the link in the description below.
Yeah,
or
we don't need
however
to
that
watch it.
works.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah,
I mean,
text
I
it to
do.
me.
I do have this video though. I did pull up of Spencer, and like this is give you an idea of what me and Spencer's work life is like.
This is scary. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, this is. It's not even a play.
I don't know. Is the audio playing for you guys?
Yeah.
It is.
just
It's kind
laggy.
of super choppy.
Fake numbers.
Yeah.
All right. Pause. Bro, we don't gotta
But yeah.
watch stuff of me on this thing.
Come on.
Anyways, yeah, I basically killed him and Jacob
Yeah, that was-
Johnson and Max Mandel to shoot this video or this trail that just burnt, and it turned out sick. Anyways, fast forward to today. I've worked with Austin on a lot of things, and yeah, he's like my big brother, and I don't race as much anymore. I will race enduro, I'll race XC, I'll race road, I'll race cyclocross, whatever. I don't really care. I kind of I kind of can do whatever better, not to be like super arrogant or whatever, better than like the average person. Like I can hang on any bike, and that's kind of where I hold my hat on. So with that being said, I am super fortunate to have a bunch of support from some great sponsors to go create content. And yeah, content is kind of my life now. Racing I'm still passionate about it, but I'm not like putting my full effort into that. Whereas I'm digging pretty deep to try to create content and inspire kids to ride their bikes and spread the joy of two wheels, because I love it, and I say it saved my life in one way or another, and I know other people can enjoy the same fruits of what I'm enjoying. So anyways, that's that. That's a bit of who I am. And now I feel like I've been talking for like 20 minutes.
No, it's good. I mean, look, dude, like, we can just be real here. You think you can ride like Spencer, but you can't. The guy's fucking unreal on a bike.
Thank you.
And me and Jamesy can try. Jamesy fucking wrecks me on the climbs because he lives at elevation, and I don't. So yeah, I'm the slowest of this whole group here. So yeah.
Well, it's never about speed though, because we all know that when we get to ride with faster people, they wait for us at the top and they wait for us at the bottom, and as long as everybody's slapping fives, it's a good day for sure. It doesn't matter about the speed.
But I do.
Exactly.
I
It's
do
what
like
I
that.
think, and that's because I'm slow.
I mean, look, it is true though. Like I can go on rides with Spencer, and we still. I mean, I'm having a good time. Maybe he's not, but yeah,
Nah,
like
come on.
we're still
Yeah.
hanging out, and there's camaraderie, and it's pretty cool. Like I don't know too many other sports where there is top level, and they actually can have fun at doing the same thing, right? Like there's no way I want to go
absolutely.
race motocross and ride with a guy who's in the novice class and me being a pro. Like it's not any fun. Like we're not talking, we're not getting to the bottom of the trail, situation. That's probably the same thing.
At the end of the day, we're doing the same thing. We're turning the cranks. We're going to the top of a hill. We're riding the same exact trail down. Sure, maybe I get down it a little quicker than some people, but at the same time, I could argue that I just have that much less time to have fun, because someone that's going a little slower can enjoy the trail for another 20 seconds.
I try to go find a trail that I ride a lot and I get really good at it. And then I make for sure Spencer's never rode it. And then I bring him there and I go as fast as I can. And then we get to the bottom and the ride's over. I pull up Strava and I'm like, look, dude, I was fucking 2 seconds off of you. You really need to step your game up. And I feel good. That's pretty much how my day goes when I ride with Spencer. Yeah.
Right on. Well, what else
Cool.
do we need to hit in this first episode
I
to
don't
give
know.
the viewer and listener?
We're at what, 38 minutes here, 30 minutes
God,
probably of this.
We are so professional at this. We're like,
dude, if we're already
scripted
counting how
everything.
long we're talking, we're fucked.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like we've done a pretty good job. Like we've explained why we're going to do it. We gave a little back history on each of us. There's some good info here, and look, we're going to make mistakes. We're gonna do some wrong calls. We're gonna do some good calls, and we're gonna have a good time though. That's pretty much the whole point of it. And hopefully you guys are all enjoying it, and you guys will watch and follow us on YouTube. We're going to have it up on hopefully all the other stuff, Spotify, iTunes. And then besides that, you can follow us on Instagram, InsiderMTB. And,
also too, it's not just going to be us three the whole time. Like we are going to have some pretty interesting people on here, I think. And yeah, I don't know. I think we're going to try. The goal is to try to get these other people on here to share their truth and talk some crap and I don't know, have fun with us. So yeah, keep an eye out for us. I think we're gonna have some fun, do some fun things.
And the guests that we're going to be getting on just going to be just athletes. We're looking at people in the industry, all kinds of different levels, marketing, sales, what have you, and then just other people that can really give us an insider look into what the industry looks like and like really make it relatable and shareable with everybody, all the listeners.
And then by the time this podcast comes out, Jamesy will have good enough internet to stick with us for the whole thing.
Yeah, hopefully.
I don't know.
They're coming out
the Comcast guy.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll be good. Cool, you guys.
Right.
Thanks for the time. I think that's it.
Well, sick.
Later.
First one. Let's go, boys.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
Peace out.
Yeah, balloons.
I wouldn't mind it.